Assalamu alaikum. This is Talk to Farina Najam from Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Lower Mall Campus, Lahore. The course title is Advanced Drawing and the course code is Fine 3119. Linear perspective. Dear students, this is a practical topic. First of all, I would like to explain about this topic. It will help you in your practical work. So, what is linear perspective? Linear perspective, a system of creating an illusion of depth on a flat surface. All parallel lines in a painting or drawing using this system converge in a single vanishing point on the composition horizon line. Linear perspective is thought to have been devised about 1415 by Italian Renaissance architect Filippo Brunelleschi and later documented by architect and writer Alberti in 1435. Linear perspective was likely evident to artists and architects in the ancient Greek and Roman periods, but no records exist from that time, and the practice was thus lost until the 15th century. The three components essential to the linear perspective system and orthogonals means parallel lines, the horizon line, and a vanishing point. Filippo Brunelleschi, the first non-painting in linear perspective, were made by Brunelleschi in about 1425. He devised a method for representing objects in depth on a flat surface by means of using a single vanishing point. A horizontal line across the picture, always set at eye level. In art, we tend to use the term eye level rather than horizon, as in many pictures the horizon is frequently hidden by walls, buildings, trees, hills, etc. Vanishing point and orthogonal lines. Vanishing points are dots on the eye level where parallel lines seems to converge and disappear. And the orthogonal lines The line you draw from the corner of an object to the vanishing point establishes the illusion of a perpendicular line going into the distance. Should always be drawn lightly at first because usually most of an orthogonal will be erased. Transversal lines always at right angles to the orthogonals, parallel to the picture plane and to one another. Form the nearest and furthest edges of a rectangle as it recedes from view. You can see transversal lines in this picture. Objects appear smaller as their distance from the observer increases. Foreshortening occurs when an object appears compressed when seen from a particular viewpoint, and the effect of perspective causes distortion. You can see the foreshortening of hand. One point perspective uses a single vanishing point to draw an object. Only the receding orthogonal means parallel lines change their angles. You can see in this picture the one point perspective. Horizon line, vanishing point, orthogonals line. Vanishing point. 2-point perspective uses two sets of parallel lines and two vanishing points to draw each object. Two-point perspective. 3-point perspective uses 3 sets of orthogonal lines and 3 vanishing points to draw each object. Most commonly used when drawing buildings viewed from a low or high eye level. Vertical transversal lines now formed a third set of orthogonal lines. You can see 3 vanishing points for 3-point perspective. Example of 3-point perspective. Atmospheric perspective gives the illusion of depth by lightening values, softening details and textures, reducing contrast and neutralizing colors in objects that are further away. Example of atmospheric perspective. Another example. Thanks.